Hello folks, this is Joxua. We're going to be talking a little bit more about rational relationship, doing some of our speech therapy as we do. Now, one of the things that we're going to talk about is about how psychopaths are usually comorbid with one another. Psychopaths give off a certain vibration and they recognize each other. So what's interesting is that psychopaths will group together in order to control who is allowed into the conversation. And their intention is to control not only who can enter into the conversation, but once in the conversation, what you can say in that conversation. They want to control the direction of the conversation and the conclusion of the conversation. Now, you can be considered wrong because of your argument, not because of your ability to reason or to evidence your argument. This is currently what's happening with Ben Carson and the liberal progressives that are going out of their minds because of the things that he's saying. Now, what we're going to look at is the logical fallacies, and we're going to show people how to recognize them. If arguing in a certain way is a logical fallacy, then operating tacitly on the same argument is what I refer to as a dynamic tautology of that argument. For example, if appeal to emotion is a logical fallacy, then arguing emotionally is a dynamic tautology of appeal to emotion. Now, another dynamic tautology is the argumentum ad nauseam. This is something that you see Geraldo Rivera do a lot. He combines it with the emotional appeal, with the arguing emotionally. And then what he does is he speaks rapidly. You also saw what was his name? Jorge Ramos, when he was arguing against Donald Trump, speaking very emotionally and very rapidly, not allowing the other person to respond or to get a word in edgewise. In this way, they monopolize the bandwidth. You see atheist trolls and liberal trolls using the exact same tactic online, not allowing other people to respond, being completely irrelevant, just mocking and criticizing, and not remaining on topic. Now, when I was watching the movie Blackfish about the killer whale Tilikum, they said something that was pretty interesting. They said that killer whales are female dominated. They are mammals, by the way, just as we are mammals, and they are a female dominated species. And what was interesting is I came up with this concept called alpha baiting, because what I saw was behaviors that actually mimicked what I see and have seen in my life and in my relationships. Now what happens with this alpha baiting is that the females would intentionally harass and henpeck the males that they considered the alpha males or the dominant males to try to get them to react emotionally to their emotional abuse and harassment. And this particular strategy, this illegitimate communication strategy that I've seen, is predominantly with older women. And I've seen it so much having worked in retail. An older woman will ask you a question, and then instead of waiting for you to respond, she'll wait until you are about to respond, and then as you are responding, she will start talking again. I have seen this happen so frequently. I have actually had it happen where they don't just do it once. I will stop and wait intentionally, drawing obvious attention to the fact that I am waiting, that they spoke over me. And then I will start to speak again, and then they will start speaking again as I am speaking the second time. Sometimes this can go on 3 or 4 times. And what's really fascinating is that they don't realize that they are doing it consciously on an unconscious level. But it happens too frequently to be accidental. So the next time you see that happen, I want you to think of it. And I want you to think, that's what Joshua refers to as alpha baiting. Let's see. Did we touch on all the topics? Telecom, ad nauseum, appeal to emotion, comorbidity. Yeah. All right. That's it for today.